stand disaster prayer.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we seek for help. Guide us to the straight way, the way of those on whom you have bestowed your favor, not of those who earned your anger, nor of those who went astray.
Welcome to...
Well, tonight, members of a neighborhood block club say they are sick of looking at these eyesores. The city isn't doing anything about it, so they're taking the fight against blight into their own hands. Action News photojournalist Guy Matthias has the story from Detroit's East Side.
We want the neighborhood to look like a neighborhood that somebody would want to live in, not a war zone.
That's why Alfred Jackson, Latrice Elliott, and John Shorter are doing something about it. 2 years ago, this trio and other residents of Helen and Concord Streets on Detroit's East Side formed the Helco Block Club to clean up the blight and abandoned homes in their neighborhood.
People come in and look at the houses in the neighborhood, they don't want to move in. And so we begin to get more and more houses that are empty. And we want to fill those houses up, but want to fill them up with people who are going to take care of their houses.
But with nearly 40 abandoned homes in the area and city resources spread so thin, they decided to take matters into their own hands.
The city is very slow about coming out to board these buildings up, and we as a block club is taking it on to do the job ourselves.
Which, in some cases, could be considered trespassing.
We go online and try to find out who own it. We have dummy corporations that say that they own it and they don't own it, and it just been giving us a runaround. So this is one of the reasons right here that we're cutting the grass and boarding things up.
I'm not advocating that they do anything illegal, but I certainly understand taking their city back and being proactive, cutting grass, boarding up houses, doing whatever it takes to make their neighborhood a better Detroit.
Still, they vow to continue their efforts until they reach their ultimate goal.
If you feel that the city's not coming, if you feel that nothing is getting done, we have to get up off our behinds and do it ourselves.
Nice neighborhood, that's stable and livable. That's all we're asking.
On Detroit's East.
Prior to 2008, when I started working over here, the neighborhood was pretty decayed. Oakland Avenue was a shell where we have a huge amount of vacancy and not a lot of people wanting to walk down Oakland Avenue. That's what it was like in 2008. We started our work here late 2008, engaging community around the possibility of doing something on Oakland between the church and the nearest building, which was Red Shoeshine, 10 vacant lots. What could we do to make those vacant lots more viable and pleasing to the eye? And the majority of the folks that we talked to wanted to grow food. And so that's how we started our work around the food insecurity in the North End. Dream. I mean, people thought we were crazy, that no one would come here to shop and that we would not make enough money to employ people. But you know what? That was wrong. We opened our community farmers market in 2011. We hired folks. We paid them minimum wage for the time that they worked. We sold the food. The money that we got from selling the food, we created jobs. And now we are 4.8 acres. We are selling in 6 Chrysler plants. We run a farmer's market on site here. We sell wholesale. We're growing for chefs. And I mean, the food is still a vehicle that we use to create jobs. We are providing an opportunity for this work to continue on into the future. The properties that we are that we have purchased here belong to the community. And so it is our hope and our wish that the work will continue and build and continue to bring value to this community. We started with food. We are now involved in the employment part of our work, and later on we will be looking at better housing for folks in community. Not necessarily outside development is what we're looking at, but we want to have community development going on where people are actually involved in the process and involved in creating a space that they can live in.
Detroit does it better. Elder Blacklight here. Let the truth be told and not sold for any amount of silver or gold. What you're looking at is my daughter's drawing. Her name is Ebony, of the new spirit of Detroit. She got a jazzy looking black man with a modern style. I don't know what they call it, twisties, you know. And she designed that outfit he has on. And I would like to call Detroit, instead of New Detroit, New Mecca, because it has a parallel story of the Prophet Muhammad and Master Farad Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Master Farad Muhammad came to Detroit in 1930 to raise up the Lost Foundation of Islam. This is temple number 1. There are many mansions in my father's house. I would like to think of Michigan, number 1, Michigan, as a mansion in Allah's house, His universe. And this spot on the planet, while other spots are drying up with droughts, this spot may be too much water, flooded. Michigan has the largest body of fresh water on the planet. And you see, from 67 to 2021, the brothers and sisters are still here. I think it's 80+% black. Although we don't have a black mayor, the residents are not waiting on City Hall. So this is to be continued. I'm Black Light. Tell the truth and pass the mic.